Jim Wallace, the Executive Director of Gun Owners, actually here to testify in opposition of House 2005. And I guess we were actually struggling at the office to come up with an adjective of how badly this bill is written. And in thinking about how I was going to testify against it, I guess the biggest evidence that I can provide against the bill is the language of the bill itself. Because the people who wrote this, or at least that are supporting it, are purporting to want to be the ones who talk to gun owners about gun ownership.
Excuse me, Mr. Wallace, I'm having trouble hearing you. Can we please have, there's people speaking in the audience, please survey your conversation and take it outside. I'm having trouble listening to Mr. Wallace. Continue, Mr. Wallace.
Sure.
Sorry for me.
No problem. The language in the bill itself is coming from the people who want to be the ones to talk to gun owners about gun ownership. And the language in the bill proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the people who support it don't know how to talk to gun owners. To actually compare screening somebody for gun ownership, and specifically if they screen positive for gun ownership, to a gun owner, you're comparing them to a disease or some sort of malady, which proves positive that the people supporting the bill don't know how to talk to us. Can you imagine any other group of society in Massachusetts or other civil right where somebody would want their doctor to screen them for, and if they screen positive for it, that they're going to receive counseling? I can't ever imagine that taking place in this state. So when you're talking to us like this through a bill, you're already telling us you don't know how to talk to us. Now, in hindsight, I've dealt with a lot of people in the medical community. I dealt with the Attorney General's office probably 4 years ago who wanted to set up a group through the Massachusetts Medical Society. And when I met with them, not one person at that table had ever touched a gun in their life. Well, if we're going to have doctors counsel people on something they have no knowledge of, would we want doctors counseling other doctors about heart surgery who would never crack the chest? I hope not, because I had mine cracked, and I don't want anybody touching me who's never done it. So, number one, the language of the bill is already telling me we don't trust you. You don't know how to talk to us. And number two, we learned today from the people who were testifying for it, the doctors testified earlier, we don't know who's going to do this, how they're going to do it, what they're going to talk about, who's going to train them, and what's going to happen with the information. But let's pass the bill. Well, that's a horrible way to pass a bill. So, I would just say the evidence against the bill is the bill itself, and the people who are supposedly supporting about it can't give us any information about what they want to do. So, appreciate it. Hey, 1 second, well, I did pretty good.
Mr. Wallace, any questions? Mr. Representative?
Sure. Coffee?
Sure, Ms. Wallace. Tell me what you like, and I'll keep it in my phone so next time I go to another meeting. Just a quick question on from your opinion. You're right. I think there's just too much unknown in this proposed bill. I mean, there's a lot of questions I have. I guess what scares me is, do you feel that this is kind of this bill is circumventing, basically confiscating or wanting just another way to make it complicated to get it done?
Well, it's kind of interesting because we don't know that. And the supporters of us told us today they don't know that. So I actually came here today seeking answers, and what we ended up with was more questions. So the problem is, and I always hold the title of gun violence. Well, gun violence usually takes place on the streets or in the home if it's a domestic issue. That's a criminal issue. It's not necessarily a doctor's issue. And I've urged the physicians I've talked to where they can make the difference is suicide prevention. That's their world. They can make a huge difference in that if we want to talk about it. But unfortunately, for some reason, the state as a whole doesn't want to talk about it. And the state as a whole also is not interested in gun safety. We know that for a fact. The state collects millions of dollars every year on gun license fees and doesn't spend a penny. I've been up here 20 years. Hasn't spent a penny on firearm safety education. Matter of fact, back in 2014, when we all passed that huge bill that a lot of us worked on and we're very proud of, one of the things the speaker put in there for us, when I brought that to his attention, was that the state doesn't do anything. He said, well, give me some suggestions. And I said, how about just some simple PSAs on, the state police should do PSAs on safe storage and transportation, because those laws are very complex, and the importance of getting training and how to get training. 5 years later, that's in law. 5 years later, no PSAs. So the state as a whole cannot hold its head up and says, you know, we support gun firearm safety, because it doesn't, in the least. And just as an aside, you know, we heard earlier that we're leading the nation. It's a complete false narrative.
Where I take offense to the bill, and I don't know if you feel the same way or not, if your organization feels the same way or not, but the biggest thing I have a challenge with on this bill is that I feel like I've lost a lot of friends to suicide, and I can tell you that every single one of them wasn't because of gun violence. It wasn't, well, I shouldn't use it for gun violence. It wasn't because they got a gun and used it. I guess we have a huge problem with depression and leading to suicide in the state and across the country. It's a problem. So my feeling is on it that this is being used, and I take great offense to it because I think it's just another way, and I just want to know, does your organization feel the same way that this is being exploited?
Well, the problem we have stems back to the red flag bill. We don't need to beat the dead horse, no pun intended, but I'm glad you said that because, although it's probably tough to see from here, this chart is about the 3 biggest means of suicide in mass. And the green line is hanging. Since the year 2000, suicide by hanging and suffocation in Massachusetts has almost tripled. We tried to bring that up during the red flag debates, and the leadership of this building wanted no part of it. We couldn't even get, we had an amendment in to at least set up a commission to study the needs of mental health and suicide prevention, and we couldn't get that done. So, along with firearm safety, you know, it's kind of putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak. Of course, everybody knows here we pass a bill about any kind of health care, the money's there, right? So, it's incredible. But, if you're going to talk about safety, if you're going to talk about suicide prevention, if you're going to talk about crime prevention, they all have to be discussed in 3 separate categories. And the only one that the medical community is designed to help with is the one apparently they don't want to do.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Willis.
Sure.
Just because I think it's really important that we're communicating the accurate wording of the bill, I just want to say that, and to your comments, Rep. Soder, in no way does this infringe on a person's Second Amendment rights. You know, you asked, I think, Rep. Soder, you know, would this, or perhaps you did, Mr. Wallace, in your exchange, would this somehow lead to people's inability to get a gun in Massachusetts? And the way I read this bill is absolutely no, it has no correlation to the ability of someone to obtain a firearm in a legal manner in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and therefore its constitutionality is, I believe, unquestioned here. And I think it's really important that we don't cross these lines, right? Because that would get us into a situation where the insinuation that it's going to take away our guns would not allow us to look at gun violence as a matter of public health. That's all I just wanted to say. Thank you so much for your testimony.
In respect, Madam Chair, I would totally disagree with you because the very physicians who supported the bill who spoke earlier said they had no idea what was going to happen with this information. So if we have doctors asking, and there are a lot of doctors out there that are pro-Second Amendment, there's a lot of doctors out there that are anti-Second Amendment. We've had members that have lost their license because their doctors didn't believe in gun ownership and reported them to the police chief and then lost their license. So this is absolutely a Second Amendment issue. If we don't know what's going to happen with the data, and we don't know how the doctors are going to react to answers in the question, it's absolutely the case that this could be an issue where people look at the red flag bill. All you have to do is be reported, and you lose your civil rights before you even get a second in court. I'm sorry, but I gotta respectfully say, you can't sit there and promise me that this information is not going to be mishandled, because it already is.
Well, we're gonna maybe gently disagree with each other here. What we also heard from the testimony today, just again, for a matter of clarity, is that when concerns were raised about the data and the trajectory of the data and confidentiality and the right use and the right kind of resources attributed to counseling, there was, I think, openness on the part of the folks who were here to testify, and I'm sure Rep. Santiago wasn't here, but certainly I would imagine a robust conversation should and can happen about all of these concerns. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure, from my perspective, reading this legislation, this isn't an infringement on the Second Amendment, but I appreciate your perspective on it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.